What's happening, you constantly capping carbing? So I've auto-reviewed the full day 1 of Liverpool regionals the other day on the stream. Today I'm going to be showing you guys round 7. Sanders got a new crazy control deck that we're going to be taking a look at going up against a lost box build. If you want to catch the rest of the rounds from day 1, go check out the secondary YouTube channel AzulGG. 2 rounds 1 to 6 and 8 and 9 will be up over there. This is round 7, and then the rest of day 2 and Top Cut will make its way over to the secondary YouTube channel. I might put 1 or 2 more gameplays over here on the main YouTube channel, but if you want to catch the rest of the games, go check out the secondary YouTube channel, and let's go ahead, let's get into it. All right, here we go. Round 7, Sander with some kind of control deck. There's an Echoing Horn in there, I see, versus Adrian with Lost Box. Of course, we don't know what kind of Lost Box it is, but let's get into it and we'll find out. Does Adrian have an answer for, I believe Sander is playing Thornton Flying Pikachu in this build. So does Adrian have an answer for Thornton Flying Pikachu? I think besides that, the Sander build is, actually I have no idea. There's like a Radiant Greninja in there as well. So there's Radiant Greninja, but that means there's no Radiant Gardevoir to stop Luminion from looping Yveltals, which is interesting. I wonder what the win condition against Lugia is then, or if Sander feels like Sydney plus Yveltal is enough. We'll see. So Adrian's going first. It looks like it is Lost Ray from Adrian. Of course, Adrian's going to have no idea what the heck Sander is playing, so there'll definitely be a disadvantage here. A pretty big disadvantage here for Adrian overall. It's going to be tough. Gonna be tough. Double Comfy? No Greninja is interesting. Greninja is usually like the best Pokemon to have in play. And there is an energy in the hand here. I actually don't like that from Adrian. I think that's a mistake to not get the Greninja. Greninja is like the best card. It just is. It's the best. So I don't like that here from Adrian. The boss versus Battle VIP Pass. Kind of like keeping the boss here when you're going up against Sander, against a control deck like this. It's going to be a little bit slower of a matchup. And you're not going to need as much stuff. So I would definitely go with the boss hold here as Adrian. As soon as you see that it's a control deck. Attach Retreat. Could have been attached concealed cards for 2. I'm just saying. But gonna have to settle for that, I guess. Definitely get rid of the quick ball. Hold on to the Mirage Gate. It looks like this is probably Kyogre. Actually, no, I think I saw Grass Energy. It's probably Rayquaza here from Adrian. Cram's coming down. I wouldn't bench the Cram either. Like, once you see the Snorlax and you know up against Sander, you know it's control. I guess not everyone knows that, but a decent amount of people know that. I wouldn't bench the Cramorant here, I don't think. Okay. Let's see what Sander is cooking with. I see a Cape. I see... what is that card behind Cape? Is that a Parasol? Parasol for the peak. And I also see a Galare Mine. Galar Mine? I always call it Galare, but it's Galar Mine. We could see the Vacuum come out here from Sander, but doesn't seem too pressed for the extra cards. Going to draw 3 and go from there. Probably doesn't want to get rid of the Galar Mine. Wants to keep that in play as long as possible. Okay, we see the Colress here from Adrian, and then we also see a switch card to get into the Cramorant. So no problem with doing that and getting going. A lot of energy there. Thinking about keeping the switch card. Probably the energy in the Mirage Gate is the most important here, though. Actually, you probably don't need too many Mirage Gates in this matchup, to be honest. You're going to attack with Cram a lot, or you can attack with Cram a lot. We'll see, though. Gets rid of a gate and an energy. Here comes Comfy. 1, 2. Another quick ball bites at us. And switch card swing or escape road swing. That's the question. I don't know which one I would do, to be honest. I don't know what's, but probably escape rope swing is probably better because one of Sander's Pokemon could get stuck in the active then, and couldn't be Snorlaxing. Yeah, 110. Also, you could maybe clean this up with a Goon later. Sander doesn't send up the Greninja here. Probably not a huge surprise. Maybe Sander should have sent up the Greninja here though, because what if Adrian does have? There is a that's a Starly in Sander's hand. Yeah, what if Adrian did have Goon there, then Adrian would get a prize. So I almost feel like maybe Sander should have actually sent up the Greninja there. I assume this Yveltal is getting netted no matter what. Gets rid of the Galar Mine, though. Interesting. Could have got rid of the Cape. values the cape a little bit higher. Doesn't really care about the retreat cost of Adrian's Pokemon as much. Double Yveltal comes down. Starly comes down. And then a draw for 4. So the goal here on Adrian's side actually wants to be to attack with Sableye as soon as possible, I think. And then just spread damage with Sableye. And actually don't knock anything out. Because if you knock stuff out, that allows Sander to get down to a... Like, theoretically, if Adrian has any idea what Sander could be playing, probably you want to be playing around Eskew. So actually, as Adrian there, I don't even know if you want to attack with Cram. Well, attacking with Cram's like okay, but I almost would have been like, what if you just like Comb Feed more and then just like set up for Sableye? But it's probably fine. You had a Colress for the next turn. And if you got a Colress for this next turn as Adrian, then you can definitely get into Sableye and just like spread damage, but don't take knockouts. Because if you knock out stuff, then all of a sudden Sander can get down to like a lone Eskew board or something. In this situation, it's going to be a lone Flying Pikachu board, I would assume. That is a little ways away, but we'll see how long it takes for Sander to get there. Comes the Colress. I don't know if Sander's searched their deck yet, so probably thinking about whether or not they want the Heavy Ball. Because if you did prize your Flying Pikachu here as Sander, you want the Heavy Ball. You also want the Manaphy, kind of. All right, well, hopefully it's not prized. Actually, the Flying Pikachu might be in the hand, so maybe Sander doesn't actually have to worry about anything. Yeah, I think it is in the hand, actually. Took the Bird Keeper as well for the following turn. The hand is getting pretty big here for Sander. It's going to be pretty easy to... probably build up towards that Flying Pikachu play. I wonder what Sander puts the energy on ahead of time to like set up for the Thornton play. Pass. All right, over to Adrian. And like this is where Adrian should not knock out the Snorlax and instead should focus on just spreading damage with Sableye and try and KO everything at once in one turn. Nope. Adrian goes for the knockout. So that's like a mistake there from Adrian, because now it's making it easier and easier for Sander to get down to a potential lone Flying Pikachu board, because Adrian does play Escape Rope. So Adrian, if there's 2 Pokemon in play, if there's like a Flying Pikachu in play and if there's like a Flying Pikachu in play and anything, you can go like Escape Rope Boss, Rayquaza, one-hit KO the Pikachu. But as soon as there's only the Flying Pikachu in play, you literally don't have any way to deal with it. I believe Sander, plays the big Parasol as well. Has the Quick Balls, can get the Flying Pikachu in the discard pile. I wonder if it's going to be Sander's strategy, though, to like not leak the peak until it's time. Don't leak the peak. So we'll see the Starly's about to go down. Can search the deck for any 2 cards, right? Has 1 net in hand. Is already pretty close to the combo, to be honest. Actually, I think if Sander gets Lightning Energy net here, I think Sander has the combo. That is a lot of speed lightning in the deck. Holy moly. Yeah, I think Lightning Energy plus net literally gives Sander the combo. I think Sander literally has the combo in hand. Yep. And Sander wins next turn. As long as Adrian knocks out the active Starly. But like I was saying, if Adrian just spreads damage from like turn 1 and never like clears the bench for Sander, you can't do this play. And it's like applies for like the SQ game plan as well, because like Sander could just like bench an SQ with an energy at some point, and then if Adrian has taken a couple knockouts, that could be the difference making between getting to a 0 Pokemon bench and not. All right, over to Adrian. I believe Adrian's just gonna go draw and attack, and then Sander's gonna get the combo off next turn. But that's what you have to not do. You have to stop. You have to attack with Sableye. Basically, you can attack with Cramorant as long as it's not actually KOing anything. The only time you should be taking a knockout is when you use Sableye to literally wipe the whole board of prize cards. That's the only time you should be taking prize cards. Besides that, you probably shouldn't be knocking out anything, to be honest. All right, Yveltal up. Sander draws. And here comes the big peak. Thornton's in the hand. Pikachu V is in the hand. The Scoop Up Nets are in the hand. I think Sander's just thinking, okay, is there any reason to not do this play right now? But I don't believe there is. Quick Ball. Get out the deck of something. Or actually, you might just want to leave it in the deck, to be honest. But does go for... Does Sander play... I saw 1 Lecky in the deck, but does Sander play the other Lecky? Does Sander play the other Lecky? Is that what I saw? Speed Lightning has to draw 2. Yeah, I think Sander maybe shouldn't have drawn a card there. I don't know. Or shouldn't have taken a basic there. I don't know if it matters. And the Parasol, literally everything. Lone Peak, knockout. So, plays 2 Bad Lucky? Okay, it's 2 Bad Lucky. So Bad Lucky must be a pretty big part of your Lugia win condition then. And that's it. That's game. The game is over. Adrian should scoop. Nope. Adrian should scoop. Looks like Adrian's not going to scoop. Yeah, Adrian should concede, and next game, don't take knockouts. Let's see if Adrian picks up on that play, though. Another thing is, if you always KO the Pokemon in play that has energy, like the Pikachu can't attack if there's not something set up in play with energy ahead of time. So yeah, Adrian's just confirming there's no way to actually hit this Pikachu. Adrian could have Vacuum? No, there's no chance. There's no shot. There's no shot someone who is 501 with a Lost Box deck is playing Vacuum. Vacuum is trash in the deck. There's no shot. I don't believe it. Why not take KOs? Because you have to leave the bench so they can't get down to Lone Pikachu so you can do stuff with Escape Rope. If they get down to Lone Pikachu, you lose. Well, Sander can get Pikachu into play, but it has to be Lone Pikachu. It has to be a Lone Pikachu. If it's not a Lone Pikachu, then Adrian can go Rayquaza, Boss, or Escape Rope Boss, 1-hit KO the Pikachu. No scoop here? I don't even know if this is a bad matchup, though, for Adrian. If Adrian plays it better, I don't think this is a terrible matchup, to be honest. But that is also fair. You could just play out the rest of this game and then hope to cheese Sander in game 2. That's also fair, to be honest. Like, Adrian could just play out the rest of this game, then hope to cheese Sander in game 2 and get a tie, to be honest. Which it would be fine, to be honest. I don't hate that. I don't hate that line, to be honest. Just like make Sander play the game. If that is something Sander's aware of, then Sander should be playing pretty fast here as well. Just draw, attack, draw, attack, draw, attack. I think Sander's probably thinking, though, like, okay, if they're still playing the game, do they have an out? What is their out? What am I scared of? Yada, 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 and so on. That could be what Sander's thinking about here. I guess if Adrian does play Echoing Horn, does Adrian play an Echoing Horn? That would be cheesy. That would be cheesy. But no, it doesn't look like there is any play for Adrian. There we go. Raihan to the Rayquaza. Adrian's checking the discard pile. I think Adrian's probably about a scoop. Checking the discard pile to make sure they have a little bit more information on what they need or what Sander has. Maybe they're not going to scoop, though. Maybe they're not going to scoop. Might play it out all the way through. There's nothing to grab. There's like nothing they can do. So, but I think Adrian's doing the calculations, just trying to think if there's any possible way to actually make a play happen. And there's a concede. Okay, yeah. They're just trying to make sure. They're like, all right, what can I do? Can I do anything? Nope. What about this? What about that? And all right. And concede. All right, we'll see if Adrian switches it up for game 2, or maybe Sander will struggle to pull off the combo. Okay, pretty good start here still for Adrian. Got the Battle VIP pass. Gonna go ahead and find themselves hopefully Greninja this time, and then probably a second Comfey. And then, like I said, you can hit with the Cram, but just don't take KOs. And then what you want to do is just try and Sableye, and then just Sableye over and over and over again. I play 2 Vacuum, 1 Horn, 1 Fan of Waves in my Lost Box deck, and they are definitely not trash cards. They help me win many matches on the ladder. I mean, winning matches on the ladder is basically irrelevant. Like, it's not... It's fine to have a different opinion, but Vacuums are definitely trash in Lost Box. They don't do anything. Horn is not terrible. Fan of Waves also... I don't know what Fan of Waves ever does, though. That sounds pretty trash as well. Winning a game with a card doesn't mean it's good. It just means you won a game with a card. Doesn't get the Greninja once again. I don't like not getting Greninja here from Adrian. I want to see him. Oh, Greninja's prized. I gotta look at the prize cards first. I was like, why are we not getting Greninja here? But Greninja's prized, so that's fair. That's fair from Adrian. We must also make sure Adrian has to make sure not to burn escape ropes. So you have to. I think I would actually maybe take that escape rope, to be honest, Burning escape ropes is really, really bad. Because you need those to like play around the peak. It depends how many escape rope Adrian plays. As long as they have one more, which they probably do, and the boss, they'll probably be fine. Definitely take the Ray here. So they might be fine getting rid of this one, to be honest. Getting rid of this one escape rope might be fine. But you got to be careful because you need them to like be able to force the peak around and do stuff. So it looks like Sander does play the block Snorlax as well as the Gourmandize ones. I believe that is the block Snorlax, yeah. Ooh, but the hand for Sander is not good. There's no draw power in this hand. That's the wrong Snorlax. But it could do enough to slow down Adrian, to be honest here. Attach active. Oh, can it still attack for 2? I thought it was 3. I thought it was 3 colorless. I thought Starly's attack was 3 colorless energy. Okay, if we can search for any 2 cards here, we're probably still chilling at Sander. So you probably need to get like Birdkeeper. Is thinking about throwing the peak down? Just getting him in there off the rip? Yo, the peak's in play. The peak is in play. That's an interesting choice there from Sander to throw it out immediately. It does give the free pivot, though. I think that's what Sander's thinking. Is it does give the free pivot. So if Starly lives, you just attack with Starly again or retreat it into a Snorlax. If Starly dies, you can pivot with the peak into a Snorlax, a Gourmandize Snorlax. And if you can just let the Pika get knocked out at some point, or you can just build the Pika up. Like if Adrian doesn't KO your Pika, apparently they're having trouble hearing each other. I think if Adrian doesn't KO the Pika, then you can just like attach to it, and then Adrian has to be like, oh shit, the Pika's coming, and then the Pika's coming. You know. All right, I have no idea what happened there. I don't think a player messed up. I think it was the they couldn't hear each other, but I'm actually not sure. Okay, we're back. Sander's still deciding what to grab. Is eyeing up Big P. Yo, Big P might be coming out sooner than I thought. They might be coming out like next turn. Does need the Parasol as well, though, at some point. Otherwise, the Sableye will take care of it. But you have a decent amount of time before that happens. It's not like Sableye's attacking anytime soon. We could see the Big Peak plus something here. All right, Big Peak for sure. What else? I'm not sure what the other card was. I think the one card was Big Peak, though. I think one of the cards was Big Peak. Yeah, once again, I mean, taking the knockout on this Starly, I don't mind the KO on this Starly. I don't think it's Adrian, because like getting any 2 free cards every single turn as Sander is probably too much to deal with. So I think Adrian probably should KO this Starly with Cram, but then after that point, stop taking knockouts and try and get into Sableye. I think should be the way this goes. A Big Peak and something. Dude, even Sanders has come over to the side of Big Peak. After I beat him with it in after I beat him with it in top 8, he's like, all right, I guess I have to be a Big Peaker now too. All right, Raihan and Quick Ball should probably hit the Lost Zone here. Yeah, I think Raihan and Quick Ball are probably hitting the Lost Zone here. The gates are nice. Raihan's just not good. Well, actually, getting rid of the gate? I don't know. The gate, I don't know. I kind of like that extra gate, to be honest. But theoretically, I guess you only need like 2 gates. So as long as there's like another gate around. Another Raihan biting the dust. I think that's fine. That makes sense. Got the escape rope. The escape rope's super important, like I mentioned. Just don't play it this turn. But also make sure you knock out the Starly. Quick balling already to get rid of the VIP pass. I think we might be seeing him grab Ray, potentially. Just to get it set up. Oh, no, going for the Raikou. Okay, interesting. So we could see an attack with Raikou, but I think playing the escape rope would be a mistake. I don't hate the attack with Raikou, to be honest, because that sets up a lot of damage in play. I don't hate the attack with Raikou, but I don't like playing the escape rope. I don't like the escape rope getting played, because I think Adrian probably only plays 2 escape rope. Yeah, and can get to the 7 in the Lost Zone this turn as well with the Comfy here. Escape rope into Comfy. But I don't like seeing the escape rope bite the dust like that. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of this escape rope leaving. I'm sure Sanders pretty happy to see the second escape rope get played though. All right, Comfy for the 7th. Did they already use that Comfy? Okay, I didn't think so. All right, here we go. Yep, pretty easy discard on the Comfy. And then here comes Raikou. We'll see how this goes. I'm interested to see how this goes. We can start punching the peak as well. The Raikou can punch the peak, which will be nice. Yeah, just using the escape rope there doesn't feel great. But maybe it'll be fine. Maybe it'll end up being fine here for Adrian. I could see it working out, to be honest, overall. It's a pretty aggressive attack. It's putting a lot of damage in play. You're pressuring the peak, pressuring the Snorlax. It's also possible that Sander just hits the nuts and goes like evolve to peak attach, and then Adrian hits again, hits the peak, and then Sander goes attach, parasol, net, and then just has lone peak again with like 240 damage on it. 120. Oh, KO's the Starly though? I don't like that. I thought we were punching peaks. I was a big fan of punch peak. I don't like the KO on the Starly there. Yeah, that has to be. I think that's definitely a misplay there from Adrian. If we were punching peak, I was a big fan of punch peak. I'm not a big fan of... And the parasol gets picked out of the prize cards for Sander. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think it's gonna like be over next turn. Yeah, I do not like that. Like I said, once again, you want to keep... Well, if you don't have the other escape rope, does it matter? But you want to keep stuff on board. And you got to put damage on the peak as well there. I feel like punching the peak was so much better for Adrian than this play. Not a big fan. That is for sure. And the parasol is found for Sander. So I think Sander's in a great spot here now. The question is, what are you putting back? It looks like double Yveltal plus Cape. I mean, yes, Sander literally has the pieces in the hand. If Sander had a scoop up net this turn... Oh, no, but Sander already attached. So not quite. Well, Sander could have gone for it, but it probably would have been a mistake to go for it. All right, there we go. What's next? I mean, you may as well throw the parasol down. Actually, maybe not, because in case your peak gets KO'd, but your peak's probably not getting KO'd. Yeah. Ooh, thinking about the parasol, because your peak could get KO'd and you might want it for later, but if you go down 3 prize cards here, then you're probably just losing. So I don't hate this play from Sander. Just be aggressive. There's the pass. But Adrian's out of escape rope as well, so Sander does... Oh, there's a boss top deck. That's a boss top deck, but can Adrian... Adrian can't probably ever get there with the Rayquaza. You need a lot. Oh, wait, that's not block Snorlax. That's unfazed fat Snorlax. I thought that was block Snorlax. It is unfazed fat Snorlax. Wait, what is that for? What matchup is the fat getting unfazed in? What matchup is that good against? I guess that could be good against Lugia. It does like take knockouts, right? You can take knockouts against Lugia with that. All right, the Ray's getting built up here from Adrian, but I don't think it's gonna matter. I wouldn't take the... You definitely just don't want to take the knockout here as Adrian, because then you make it easier for Sander to pull off the play. Okay, there's the pass. I like that. But there's the Bird Keeper in hand for Sander, and there's not... There's the Bird Keeper in the hand for the Sander, and there's no escape ropes left for Adrian. So even though there will be a Pokemon on the bench here, it won't matter. There'll be a Pokemon on the bench, but there's no escape rope to abuse the fact that there's a Pokemon stuck on the bench. And there's also a possibility that Sander just draws into a scoop up net. Now, Adrian could have a 3rd escape rope, and I'm sure Sander wants to play around the potential of a 3rd escape rope. But it's also possible there's not. Or Sander might just know there's not. Going for the Greninja here, maybe even putting it in play. We'll see. Probably, I mean, that'd be like another Pokemon gets a scoop up net. If you think Adrian has an escape rope, then I don't think you ever just want to put another Pokemon in play, because it's like, okay, that could help you find a scoop up net, but now you need to find another scoop up net. Yeah, I don't think it really matters, to be honest. Yeah, so Sander just going Bird Keeper and then swing with Peak should basically lock this one up. I think should lock this one up. I'm pretty sure Adrian only has 2 escape rope, and they're both gone now, so. They're both gone, so. I think Sander's done it again. Big Peak's about to swing. There we go. Bird Keeper into Pikachu. Draw 3 cards. 2, 3. No scoop up net, but like I said, I don't think it matters. I think we're just going... Oh, now Sander's thinking about using Greninja, but using Greninja is so weird, because then it's like you need to find another scoop up net. Like, it feels weird to use Greninja here. Of course, you could find 2 scoop up nets with the Greninja sooner because of it. So I don't hate this play. And I'm sure, yeah, so in this situation, Sanders still trying to play around the escape rope. There could be another escape rope. So you got to keep digging for it. Crushing Hammer could make a difference on the Rayquaza as well. So it's like another card you can draw. Okay, remove it from the Ray. And then attach Double Turbo active and swing. Still need to find... Now you need to find 2, though. Now you need to find 2 scoop up nets. So I'm not sure how much I like this Greninja play. It seems okay. It seems all right. I don't know. All right, let's see. Once again, I talked about it. I didn't love Adrian using that scoop up net or that escape rope the way they did. Wasn't a fan. I also don't. I'm not a fan of them not putting Greninja in play. Oh, it's in the prize cards again. I was like, they don't have the Greninja. Because another play I'm like kind of thinking about that they're working towards is they just need to like not prize Greninja. That's what needs to happen. They need to stop prizing Greninja. But Greninja is a good way to get the energy into the discard pile to get it back into the deck through Rod and Recycler to then gate it into play. Because eventually Adrian's just not going to have energy in the deck anymore to actually gate out. There's a lot of energy in the hand now. I don't even know. Like I said, I don't think there's an out here for Adrian. I don't think Sander knows that, so Sander's still going to try and find double scoop up net, but Ain has the boss in the hand right now, I think. So could go boss KO Ray, which you may as well, because then Adrian has to find another Ray. Yeah, so you may as well go boss KO Ray here. Obviously had 4 ropes, so rope would have been game without 2 bench Pokemon, so Ninja plays around that. That's true, Jake. That's true. No, but he's seen switch cards from Adrian. Sander has seen multiple. I don't know if Sander's seen 2 switch cards, but at least seen a switch card. But that is true. That is true. It does play around rope, which maybe is. But once you see one, once Sander sees 1 switch card, you should assume there's not 4 escape rope in the list. And we did see a switch card in game 1. I'm almost positive. For sure. Okay, there we go. Knock out on Comfy. Back over to Adrian. Once again, I don't think there's a play here. I think they're just 3 nets, 1 switch card. No shot. I mean, you could do 4 rope, 1 switch card. That's not the most ridiculous thing ever. I mean, Adrian's playing as if there's an out left. Adrian's playing like they have an out, but I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm pretty sure they're just like trying to come up with something, but they don't fully realize that they are out of options. And they're just going to get peak walled for the rest of the game. They're eyeing up some energy to recover. Okay. And another thing that could happen, I mean, it's possible. I don't think it would ever happen. If you play the game long enough, I mean, Sander might just get nervous and be like, oh, wait a second. I think that was an escape rope in the hand. I think that was a 3rd escape rope I just saw in Adrian's hand. I think Adrian does have a 3rd escape rope. Yeah, I think Adrian does have an escape rope in the hand right now. I was pretty convinced that he only ran 2, but there is a 3rd one in the hand right now. Does Adrian have to play this turn? There's Metal Lightning, so we need Fighting, Psychic, and Grass. Wait, how many do you need? 4, 5, 6? Also, did Adrian play a Colress this turn? I don't think so. Okay. Gate again. Fighting, Psychic. You just need Fighting and Grass. You don't actually need the Psychic. Psychic to the Comfy. Oh, we do need to move the Comfy. There is a Glare Mine in play. Okay, so we KO the peak here for 3 prize cards as Adrian, but you still need to draw 2 prize cards. There is the Recycler left, so they do have a decent amount of energy. They could just get, their Rayquaza could get stuck for the rest of the game, though. That's what I would almost be scared of happening at this point. Oh, there was a Sableye in the hand for Adrian, though. The Sableye making its way to the bench would have been huge. Adrian definitely messed up by not benching Sableye and putting the energy on Sableye. That's definitely a huge mistake from Adrian here. Could come back to bite them. Because you need to, you still need to draw your last 2 prize cards, and Sableye would have been a good route for that. Definitely a mistake. How big is it? Well, I guess we'll find out. Yeah, the Sableye should have made its way to the bench and be holding that Psychic right now. Sableye's trying to get in there. Okay, 3 prize cards for Adrian. So I don't think you ever concede here as Sander because you're never winning game 3. This is where Sander has to get super creative and try and come up with a win condition here. And I think it's going to probably come through Galare Mine, plus trying to trap something in the active. Yeah. There's Greninja for 2. Still no scoop up nets. All right, there we go. There's a scoop up net. Yeah, what is the win condition for Sander now? You're probably trying to trap Rayquaza in the active. I think we might be out of... yeah, we're out of gates here for Adrian. There's still a lot of energy left for Adrian. The question is how many switch cards are left. There's a switch card in hand. But you need to get to Sableye on this next turn for Adrian. Yeah, Sableye is like the move on the next turn for sure. Why is the Psychic still on the Comfey? Because he never retreated. The Comfey didn't retreat. They escape roped into Rayquaza and then bossed up the Flying Pikachu. And then knocked it out with Ray. Why did he rope? Because he needed to. You have to. The Pikachu can't be hit by Pokemon. You have to reset the Pikachu. You have to reset the Pikachu to punch it. Okay, into the Snorlax for Sander. I guess, could Sander get back into the Flying Pikachu? That is possible, right? And Adrian's out of ways to hit things hard. So he's only got like light hitters now. Sableye might not be able to attack this turn, which would be so bad for Adrian. So you could switch card into... Okay, the switch card into the Cram. I guess the Cram is also okay. We should definitely start to load up the Rayquaza here, though, so you can retreat it at some point for Adrian. Adrian might also deck out, to be honest. It's possible that Adrian decks out. Okay. What's the play here for Sander? Draw 2 more. There's a Bird Keeper. Okay, and a Quick Ball. Oh, not a Bird Keeper. It's a Quick Ball. I thought it was a Bird Keeper. To try and get rid of some of this damage out of play. Yeah, now things get weird for Sander. Could actually set up the Snorlax and start attacking with it, which would be interesting. Eldegoss as well. I could get a Bird Keeper with the Eldegoss. I wonder if Sander plays Charon's Care. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, you could just start swinging with this Snorlax, and maybe Adrian can't respond to your Snorlax swinging. That'd be interesting. The Rayquaza is getting built up right now. So you'd have to like find boss KO on the Rayquaza maybe. But then you have to deal with the Cramorant punching you, which would be annoying. Okay, fails on the capture. Sander's also only drawn 2 prize cards, so drawing 4 prize cards with the Snorlax seems pretty tough. All right, here comes the Goss. And we're going to go into a... I assume it's going to be a Bird Keeper. It's a Bird Keeper. Bird Keeper into Eldegoss. Let Eldegoss wall, and it's absorb an attack return. Also has the Yell Horn, so could confuse the Cram, and then Cram is not going to be an option here for Adrian. Well, it could be an option for Adrian to attack with. Yeah, I think Adrian messed up pretty bad by not having... Sableye. Well, maybe no. Maybe Sableye attacking wasn't that important, to be honest. Yeah, this actually still might work out here for Sander, to be honest. This is going to be interesting. You're just trying to like... You're trying to like... I think you might... Yeah, so we're going double Eldegoss route here from Sander now. On the heal route. And the Cramorant is confused. So you got to flip for the attack. Boss Lupin has a boss, got a cape. There's the pass. I mean, attacking with Sableye right now would be pretty good, to be honest. I think attacking with Sableye right now would be pretty good. I guess the Rayquaza eventually gets built up to take 1-hit KOs as well. All right, Adrian has a Sableye play. He is thinking about it. Because you could knock out the Snorlax and then set up some damage on the Greninja. There's a Goon in the hand as well. There's a net in the hand, so they have the net into the... I don't know if I like this Goon play. What are you looking for with this Goon play? Goon. Ugh. I don't know if I like this. What are we looking for here? I mean, the Grass Energy allows you to attack with Ray, I guess, in 2 turns. There's another net in the hand, though. Okay, okay. There's another net in the hand. I didn't see that. Yeah, maybe you just attach to Ray and attempt to swing through the confusion. I don't hate that here from Adrian. Apparently they want to do something else, though. The Cram gets picked up. Comfey to the active. Could attack with Sableye. Has the Psychic in the hand alongside the Sableye. And that... Oh, no, just back to Cram. Maybe just resetting the Cram. I guess that's fine as well, right? Got the attach to the Ray. But can you get the Cram to the Ray, though? I almost feel like we should have attacked the confusion and attached to Ray and kept our... I feel like the the scoop up net was really important. I don't mind the Zigzagoon KO on the Snorlax before it gets netted, but I feel like keeping the other scoop up net was a pretty big deal. Maybe potentially could have potentially been a big deal. Yeah, not that many cards left for Adrian, but they do have a recycler left, so they can like shuffle quite a few energy back into the deck to give them time. I don't think Adrian is gonna lose by deck out before time ends. You got the Eldegoss loop cooking for Sander, but you got to stall something up here into the active. Has Echoing Horn plus Boss. I wonder if that ever becomes a play here from Sander, but Boss on Zigzagoon is pretty good as well. Adrian, I think, still has their training court, though, so should be able to retreat the Goon at some point. But that's what I was saying. I don't know if I like that second. I don't think I liked that second scoop up net. I was fine with the Goon play, I think, overall. But also, you could have gone bench Sableye, attach Psychic, net, and then just attack with Sableye. That almost feels like the biggest threat you could have done. Because then you don't let him Goss. I actually think that was the best play from Adrian, was just like net cram into Sableye plus Psychic. I think there was a Psychic and a Sableye in Adrian's hand. So I think they could have done that, to be honest. Oh, I guess they will KO the Zigzagoon eventually through these plays, though, because he does have the Eldegoss loop. Actually, no, that's not true, because Adrian could deck out first. You'll be able to recover Boss, potentially. Yeah, there was a Sableye and a Psychic in the hand. So Adrian could have gone net the cram. No, bench Sableye, attach Psychic, net the cram. Put damage on... Yeah, put damage on the Snorlax and then put damage on the Greninja and threaten the game. I think I liked that more. You don't get to attach to Rayquaza in that line of play, but I think that's fine, to be honest. I have no clue what Sander's line is here. I'm very curious to see what Sander can come up with, though. Could potentially get back into the peak, but that's like a ways away. That's like so far away. That's like so far away. I think Sander's play has to be trap something in the active. Might try and use like Sydney at some point to like just see the hand. I don't know. We have 4 minutes left, so I think there is enough time for Adrian to find a win condition. There's a lot of Boss in the hand here for Sander, and they have Echoing Horn, so they can bring up something else besides the Zigzagoon and trap that in the active. Actually, I think, yeah, because I think Adrian's out of switch cards here. So if Adrian's actually out of switch cards here, oh no, but they have the training court. They have the training court, so they can eventually probably retreat into Rayquaza to win. Actually, it's going to happen on this next turn, I think, because I don't think Sander can afford to like. No, there's actually nothing that. Well, no, Sander already played a supporter, so Sander can't do that. Yeah, so we should see the win here from Adrian. Training court, attach, retreat, I think. Unless I'm tripping, and that wasn't a training court in Adrian's hand. It's Greninja. Okay, that could draw 2 cards if it is in the deck still. Maybe I'm just tripping, though. Maybe that wasn't a training court. I swear I saw that. That's a training court, right? I don't know why Adrian doesn't play this. I think Adrian is the one who can win game 3 with, like, a little bit of time left. I don't know what Adrian's doing here. Am I tripping? I'm tripping. Am I tripping? I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. It's right there. Wait, how much is Rayquaza? Can Rayquaza attack right now? Yeah. Yeah, see, and there Sander scoops immediately. Although, to be honest, I don't know why Sander is in such a rush. I don't think Sander can ever win game 3. Yeah, I don't think Sander ever has hope to win. Sander should Sydney earlier. Oh, I didn't even think about Sydney. Yeah, Sander definitely should have Sydneyed because it would have removed the stadium. I forgot about that. Sydney removes stadiums. Yeah, Sander had the Sydney and could have used the Sydney. Yeah, Sander could have used Sydney there for sure. Yeah, see, so Sander never wins this game ever. The only person who's going to win this game is Adrian. I don't think Sander ever wins this game. The only way Sander wins is like actually like getting the peak out there like immediately and just go and peak. What are they confused by? Oh, they don't think Sander captured for the Snorlax. Oh wait, does Sander not have enough cards in hand? 5, 6, 7. Oh, Sander actually didn't draw for turn. Okay, but they didn't shuffle their deck either. Okay, they're chilling. All right, so Sander did mess up there. Yeah, because Sander's trying to play super fast to, you know, try and win this game. But I don't think there's actually a win condition here from Sander. So, like, I don't think Sander can win. Oh, yeah, now time's called. So Sander's turn 0. There's no way. Yes, if Sander had used Sydney there instead, Sander must have just forgot about Training Court being an option there for Adrian as like a way to move and be like, okay, I think he's out of, like, if they have, like, I think Sander probably at the end of that game was probably like, okay, if Adrian has a switch card, they were probably just like, if Adrian has a switch card, then Sander was probably like, if Adrian has a switch card, I lose. And if they don't, I win by stalling stuff out. They could hard retreat with energy still. They still have the recycler, but completely forgot about Sydney. So if Sander had just played Sydney, I think Sander actually would have just won there, because you would go, you go Sydney, Sydney, get rid of the Training Court, and then by the time Adrian can build up 2 energy on the Zigzagoon, Sander could have gone Echoing Horn boss, and then you'd have to build up 2 more energy on whatever Pokemon Sander put on the bench to be able to retreat that. And then I think Sander would have won then. The turn after he KO'd Raikou too, he could have bossed the Ray off the board too. Could he have? I don't know if he could have done that. Oh yeah, did he choose not to boss KO the Ray? Did he do that? I don't remember actually. Maybe he could have. If he could have done that as well, maybe he should have done that as well. Well, Sander's got another crazy deck cooked up. Definitely very interesting. I'm curious to know like the win condition against Lugia. It kind of seems like the win condition is probably you use Regieleki, because Luminion can't loop into Regieleki for a knockout. So you use like Regieleki, Galarmine plus Boss to try and trap stuff in the active. And then once they KO the Regieleki, you use like Yveltal. And you have capes in there as well, so you can like cape your Yveltal so they don't get KO'd by Luminion. Yeah, he chose to dig. Yeah, so I think Sander actually had a couple win conditions there in game 2. Was a little bit frantic towards the end of game 2, trying to come up with a win condition, it seemed like, and then thought that he had it. But yeah, definitely should have played the Sydney on that turn. Definitely should have played the Sydney on that turn to look for the Training Corp. I think forgot about the Training Corp as an option. And yeah, Adrian gets the dub, or no, gets the tie in the end in that one, squeaking out the dub in game 2.